Hey guys, welcome back to Comic-Con. I'm Justin Tyler for Newsarama, here talking to Roger Langridge. Hello, sir.
Hello.
Welcome to the con. Welcome to Newsarama.
Much.
So, obviously, Snarked is sort of the big book you're doing right now.
Yeah, that's the one I'm writing and drawing. So
Yeah.
I've actually finished drawing that now. The 12th
nice.
issue is sort of in the can, and the story's complete. And we're talking about what we're going to do next. Hopefully, there'll be some more Snarked stories later on.
And give us the pitch for anyone that hasn't been reading it.
It's basically my take on the world of Lewis Carroll. I'm sort of cherry picking characters from all his books and mixing them up and putting my own spin on them, and sending basically the main protagonists of the Walrus and the Carpenter, and the Red Queen, who in my story is a little girl, and her baby brother, and they're off on a quest to find their father who's missing, the Red King, the quest takes them to Snark Island. So you get the characters from the Hunting of the Snark who join up with them on the journey, and they bump into various other characters from Lewis Carroll's works. It's not Wonderland, it's kind of my own take on those characters.
And there's such a darkness to a lot of his work. How'd you find the tone that you ended up wanting to go with?
Most good children's stuff has a bit of an edge anyway. And I mean, there's the odd dark joke, and there's a crocodile getting eaten in one of the issues, and they make shoes out of his hide and stuff.
Right.
There's a bit of dark stuff, but it's not, it's pretty fun dark stuff, I suppose. It's not Victorian. It's not that kind of
Terrifying.
Yeah, terrifying
Children's
stuff. Yeah,
work,
it's not terrifying, but it's some of the humor's a little bit black, I suppose.
Yeah.
But that's my taste.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Do you and Bill Willingham trade phone calls every now and again about?
I've never spoken to the man.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, but he was very, very kindly. He gave me a lovely quote for the cover of the book. So, it's nice to have him in my corner.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And you said you're finishing it up, and you're going to come back to more Snark soon, or?
Well, one of the things I'm doing at Comic-Con is talking to Boom about what's going to happen next. We've got a few options, and one of the options is some more Snarked, but I don't know yet. I'm going to find out what they want, and they're going to find out what I want, and we'll hopefully come to some arrangement.
Negotiation.
Yeah.
Very exciting. And the other book you're working on is Popeye, which I've been loving. It's such an old character to polish him up is awesome.
Well, E.C. Segar was always one of my big influences, so it wasn't hard to say yes.
Right.
Although a bit scary as well.
Right.
I find the scripts quite tough to write. Because they're such big shoes to fill.
Yeah.
And also I'm making the stories quite dense and trying to get those voices right. And it's not my own voice that I'm trying to capture, So it's challenging, but really rewarding. I'm really enjoying it. And I've been really lucky to have some good collaborators on that. And I'm actually drawing issue 7 as well, which
awesome.
I'll be able to tell my grandchildren I've drawn Popeye.
For real.
Yeah.
I feel like this is a compliment. Let me preface what I'm about to say. It feels like the comic is from the 40s, from way back when.
Segar was dead by the 40s, I'm trying. I mean, everybody was on the same page about the version of Popeye we wanted to try and recapture, and it was the Segar version. So basically we're doing our best to get that feeling, we're sort of. I'm trying to give nods to other versions like. The Fleischer cartoons especially, you've got Bluto appearing in every cartoon, and Bluto only appeared in one story in 1934 in the Segar stuff. He wasn't really a recurring character, but people expect Bluto to be in there, so I have to kind of
put him in
finesse him in there a little bit,
Doing humor in comics, it's hard. I feel like not very many people do it in sort of modern comics.
I think a mistake a lot of humor writers make is that they think writing humor is easy.
Yeah.
And so if you think it's easy, chances are you're not going to be very funny.
Right.
I always try and make it something that I at least find personally amusing. I don't, just do something that looks vaguely the right shape as a joke and slot it in. It is. I mean, humor's difficult, but so is drama. People say there's this cliche that humor is difficult and drama is easy. I don't think that's true. I think they're both difficult.
They're both.
But you've got to know that they're difficult and then try and work at it and make them good.
Yeah. And I just always feel like so many people try to do comedy comics, and it always ends up being they're all very similar, sort of even the same jokes. And so it's always nice to see fresh takes, new ideas.
Yeah, possibly my background helps too, because I wasn't brought up in the US, so I don't have the same reference points as a lot of US writers. So my sense of humor doesn't have a lot of competition, I suppose.
Right. Well, that's the way to do it, a monopoly. Well, thanks for talking to us. It's
Happy
great.
to do it.
And you guys stay tuned for plenty more from Comic-Con.